talk now. Let him speak for himself.
Can you see now?
Scenes from inside the magistrate court in Ekiti State, where Dele Farotimi was hurriedly arraigned this morning. Of course, the magistrate denied him bail and they are going to send him to prison. These are the charges against him. As you can see, they are trying very hard to criminalize defamation. Anyway, let's hear the backstory. The criminal abduction of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi caught on CCTV camera. Are these people policemen or kidnappers? What has stealing a telephone got to do with the arrest of someone? What evidence do they want to capture in this telephone? Following the backlash after his criminal abduction from Lagos to Ekiti State, one would have thought that by now, the IG must have ordered them to release him immediately because the crime for which he was abducted is not a criminal offense, which means that the police shouldn't have ever been involved in it. When will all this impunity stop? Why should the police always allow themselves to be used by private individuals to oppress Nigerians that they are supposed to protect?
Feudalism does not work on the basis of the rule of law. It works on the basis of impunity, which means that somebody somewhere must be able to decide to whom the rules would apply and to whom it wouldn't apply, to whom the laws should apply and who should be above the law.
There's no criminal defamation. Yes, some states might not have yet amended their laws to reflect that, but it doesn't really matter because all appeals must end up at the Supreme Court in Nigeria. And going by the Supreme Court judgment on criminal defamation, it doesn't exist. Anyone that feels defamed must approach a civil court. It is a civil matter. The police shouldn't be involved in civil matters. It's absurd. All the time they waste pursuing civil matters, they should spend that time on pursuing criminal matters, pursuing criminals. Nigeria is ravaged by insecurity and the army is involved in fighting majority of them against bandits, against terrorists. If the police are doing their jobs fighting criminality, the army might not have been involved because these are still within Nigerian territory, not at the borders or external. So it's a shame that the police continues to allow themselves to be used by private individuals to oppress Nigerians. Why should a public institution like the police be working for the highest bidder? Just because someone paid them to do a job, a hatchet job, intimidate someone, arrest him and bring him to this place, they will just sheepishly go on and do the job as if they are a cult, as if they are a group of thugs. What is going on in this country? By now, 24 years of democracy, we shouldn't be discussing all this. We should be talking about advancement, at least looking up to Western countries, at least achieving what they have achieved the past 50 years. We should be talking all this, but here we are. A policeman went to arrest someone, whether it's illegal or legal, but he has no business stealing property from the person he went to arrest. In other words, most of them are criminals that are legally armed. It's very dangerous for our society. Now, to why Dele was criminally abducted by the police on the orders of Babalola SAN. He said it himself in a statement he released a day before that some people want to shut him up, that some people want to criminally intimidate him or even send him to prison or incarcerate him for something he said in his book. Of course, this book has become a bestseller for now. It has attracted a lot of Nigerians. They are buying it in huge numbers just to support the book and hear what he actually said that Babalola sees as defamation. They have been intimidating his staff, intimidating even his pastor. He said a lot of things in the 3-page statement he released. The truth is, whatever he said about Babalola in his book, in any interview, anywhere he said it, if Babalola feels he was defamed, all he needs to do is approach a court and sue him. After all, they are colleagues in the Nigerian Bar Association. Yes, he's his senior, but the most important thing is a senior colleague shouldn't be seen doing this in public. He shouldn't be seen using the police to intimidate a private citizen. This is absurd. That's why it is also absurd that the police IG has yet to intervene in this. He should intervene as a matter of urgency and make sure that he is released, because defamation is not criminal in nature. It is a civil matter. Police shouldn't be involved in any civil matter. Never mind the fact that they are involved in even recovering of debt for private citizens, doing all sorts of things that they should not be involved in. Dele's criminal abduction has no legal basis. Let's even assume that he truly defamed Babalola. He did it in Lagos, he wrote his book in Lagos, he lives in Lagos, he has his office in Lagos. All the interviews he grants to television stations or radio stations or on social media, he does that in Lagos. So what has Ekiti State got to do with it? Why is the police involved? What are they trying to investigate? If they are calling it a criminal defamation, then there's nothing to investigate. They should just charge him to court and he should be in Lagos. Why involve Ekiti State? Or is it because Babalola lives in Ekiti State? It's a pity Babalola is involved in this. He should know better. He's a senior lawyer, SAN for that matter. Whatever grievance he has with Dele, he shouldn't descend this low. He knows the right approach. No need involving the police in a civil matter. That's why everyone should condemn this, including the Attorney General of the Federation. They shouldn't keep mute. Injustice should be fought by everyone. Don't say, it doesn't concern me. What have I got to do with this? Let them carry their cross. No. Injustice does not have a permanent address. It can locate anyone anytime without warning. So it's better you fight for it so that when your turn comes, others will fight for you. Don't say, it's because I have some grievances with Dele. I don't like the way he criticizes the government. I don't like how he behaves. He's a nuisance, he's all that. No, two wrongs don't make a right. Even if he did something wrong, they should still treat him in a civil manner according to the law. If they have established the fact that he truly defamed Babalola, they should simply approach a civil court and lay their claims. That's the process. No need intimidating the man for any reason. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Bar Association has released a statement concerning the criminal abduction of Dele Farotimi. In a statement posted on his verified handle, the NBA president Osigwe said, "We must reiterate that the alleged offense of libel for which Dele Farotimi was reportedly arrested is not recognized as a criminal offense under the laws of Lagos State. The Criminal Law of Lagos State 2011 repealed the criminalization of defamation by omitting it from its provisions. The progressive legislative move aligns with global best practices, which treat defamation as a civil wrong rather than a criminal offense. The Supreme Court in Aviomo versus Commissioner of Police and Anor 2021 affirmed this position. Justice Helen Ogunwumeji, JSC, unequivocally held that defamation ceased to be a criminal offense in Lagos State following the enactment of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2011. This authoritative pronouncement leaves no room for doubt. Furthermore, under Sections 4 and 24 of the Police Act 2020, the Nigerian police force is mandated to act only about conduct that constitutes a criminal offense under Nigerian law. Arresting individuals for non-criminal matters, such as defamation in Lagos State, is not only unlawful, but also a blatant violation of the principles of legality and the rule of law. Of equal concern is the reported invasion of Dele Farotimi's law firm and harassment of lawyers and staff within the premises. Reports that phones were confiscated from lawyers and staff during this invasion highlight a severe disregard for the sanctity of legal practice and the constitutional rights of individuals. The legal profession is a cornerstone of justice and democracy, and any attempt to undermine its independence is a direct assault on the rule of law. The NBA unequivocally condemns this invasion of Mr. Farotimi's law firm, the harassment of its lawyers and staff, and the unlawful seizure of their phones. Such actions are not only a violation of the constitutional right to dignity and privacy, but also an affront to the independence of the legal profession.